Hi, Rene Bastarache here, and today's exercise is on reducing stress through media protection. What do I mean by that? The media uses a lot of hypnosis in getting you to do things and getting you to feel certain ways so you'll purchase more and basically make more money for whoever's advertising. And how do they do that? They do that through slinging suggestion, through the television, through the radio, through magazines, through so many different outlets. And as you know from many of my other talks, suggestions are very powerful. I'm going to do a quick demonstration just to show you how powerful suggestions are and how just a little thing can make a difference. What I want you to do is stop whatever you're doing now, put down whatever's in your hands, and watch the video and do exactly what I say as quickly as you can. Try it, you'll get a kick out of it. What I want you to do is raise your right hand up in the air, okay, and wiggle your fingers. I want you to make a circle, make a gun, make another circle, look at your circle, look at my circle, put the circle on your chin. Okay, that's your cheek, your chin is down here. Okay, how many of you did that really? The majority of people will do that because when you get used to listening to something like a commercial or a person like me, I just gave you all those instructions, you eventually let down your guard. You let down your guard, you think you're still listening and being protective of what's going into your mind, but things slip in, just little things like that, little wedges like put your circle on your chin and your chin being down here, making you think something differently than what you should be thinking, making you maybe buy something a little bit differently than what you would buy, making you feel unhealthy. All those medical commercials you hear, do you feel tired when you get up in the morning? Do you ever open your eyes? Do you ever find yourself yawning? Then you have some kind of tired disease. Call your doctor. You see what they do? They're bringing up symptoms of things that are very similar to what normal people would feel every day. Yeah, you get up, you're drowsy until you probably have your morning coffee, but it doesn't mean you're suffering from insomnia and need a pill, okay? But do you have insomnia? Do your eyes open slower than they should? Do you feel like you just can't get moving? They make it sound like it's some kind of a syndrome, but it's just normal behavior. So you have to be careful. You hear these things and you start to say, yeah, I have that. Yeah, I feel that way. And then they say, hurry, you got to call your doctor because you may have this, and you've heard those little grocery lists at the bottom of all these different things, and then they're showing this beautiful pill, and of course they have the pill in the right up in the corner of your screen, and the whole screen is somebody on a boat watching a sunset, and they make it sound so wonderful. Again, they're tugging at the heartstrings with the suggestion, this is what you need, this is what you need. Then they bring up, call your doctor. Who's a doctor? A person in authority who's there to help you. But remember, this whole thing is a sales pitch to sell more of the pills. It's funny, I'm friends with doctors, and a lot of doctors will tell me that you'd be amazed at how many people self-diagnose themselves as a result of these commercials and call his office and say, hey, I was watching this show and it said that I might need this because I have this and this. They make so much money from that because so many people will call doctors asking for the pill. And in many cases, they don't need it because I think we all have a little hypochondriac in us, oh, I'm feeling sick, I must have a cold. And guess what? You're giving yourself the suggestion and you'll get a cold. That's the power of suggestion. So how do you stop that? I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a few things you can do to create what I call media protection. Number one, let's start with television, okay? Whenever your advertisements are aired, commercials come on, I actually mute the TV or turn it down when the commercials come on so I don't get to hear them. Because when a commercial comes on, what do? You usually run to the fridge to get something, or you go to do whatever errand you have to do before the show comes on. So you're focused elsewhere, and that commercial is going to your subconscious mind. Guess what? It's bypassing the critical decision-making part of the mind, going right into the subconscious and being acted upon. That's why commercials are so powerful, and that's why these big companies will pay so many thousands of dollars for commercials. They work. Suggestions work. If you don't believe me, just remember what you did just a minute ago, okay? Suggestions work. So when you're watching television and a commercial comes on, mute it. You don't need to listen to the commercial unless you know it's something that's not going to be giving you suggestions. As soon as you hear it, mute it. When the commercial's over, you can turn it back on. Never allow your television to be on while you're eating dinner, unless you're eating dinner in front of the TV. When you're eating dinner with your family, have the TV set off, because you're not paying attention to it. You're talking to your family, and all of a sudden the commercials comes on. Do you feel tired in the morning? Do you need this pill? And you don't even notice it because you're eating dinner talking to your family. Those suggestions are picked up by the subconscious mind. You might only be able to do one or two things at a time consciously, but subconscious is unlimited in its abilities. So it can be taking up 10 messages at the same time, even though you can't discern between one or the other consciously. It's unlimited. So you don't want these commercials or any kind of advertising from television or radio or anywhere coming to you subliminally or in the background while you're doing something else like eating your dinner. Now, radio. It's the same thing. A lot of people will play radio while they're eating, while they're doing other things. Perfect conditioning tool for suggestion. A lot of people will leave the radio or the television on while they're sleeping. Very bad idea, because while you're sleeping, your subconscious mind is wide open because your conscious mind is resting. Your subconscious is open for suggestion. So think of that. What kind of suggestions are coming on overnight? Did you know that most of the commercials giving you suggestion to buy things, especially the expensive ones or the pharmaceutical commercials, the automobile industry, the ones that have done a lot of research that are smart about when the best advertising is, will be during mealtime and overnight. Matter of fact, most of your infomercials play overnight where they try to get you to buy things. Why? Because you're tired and your guard is down, or you're sleeping, and all the suggestions are going to be accepted. You get up in the morning, don't know why you feel like you have to go to get that Egg McMuffin because you heard the commercial, okay, and you get up and you just go get one. You have a craving for something, or you just feel like you should get something. Or you're driving down the road and you see something that had to do with a commercial that you didn't really remember, but it gives you that trigger, that branding, and I got to have that, and you go get it. That's how suggestion works. So keep that in mind. From now on, turn the television off during meal times, overnight, and also mute it during commercials. Give that a shot, and you'll see a definite change in the way you feel, and especially in your buying habits. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.